Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine a quiet morning, the kind where the world hasn't yet begun to rush. The sun rises slow and gold through the thin mist, and there's a stillness in the air that feels almost sacred. Somewhere, a cup of coffee cools untouched. A phone alarm has stopped ringing, and the body waits. It's the hour before breakfast, or maybe the absence of it. Intermittent fasting. The phrase alone hums with both promise and caution, a whisper of ancient wisdom dressed in modern science. Some call it the secret to energy, clarity, longevity. Others call it deprivation wrapped in a trend. But what's the real story beneath the hype? What does the data, not the noise, actually say about this ritual of eating and not eating, of pause and renewal? Fasting is older than medicine. Before there were diets or meal plans, there were long stretches of hunger shaped by nature itself, when survival meant waiting. Our ancestors didn't have breakfast burritos, they had the rhythm of the hunt, the patience of seasons. In those empty hours, something powerful happened. The body adapted, learned to repair, to store, to stretch its energy. The cells became smarter, sharper, stronger, and in that dance between feast and famine, life found resilience. Today, intermittent fasting promises to bring that ancestral rhythm back, to restore a balance lost in the noise of convenience and constant access. But we live in a different world now. One where hunger is rarely necessity, but choice. One where discipline meets biology, and the results can either heal or harm, depending on who's listening to their body and who's trying to outsmart it. There's something deeply human about the first few days of fasting. The discomfort, the whispering stomach, the mind's sudden obsession with food, all of it feels primal. Yet somewhere in that discomfort lies clarity. The body begins to shift gears, using stored energy, cleaning out damaged cells, turning inward to reset. Science calls it autophagy, the self-eating process, a cellular spring cleaning. Poets might call it renewal, but let's be honest, it's not a one-size-fits-all miracle. Not every metabolism dances to the same beat. Research reveals a mixed portrait. For many, fasting improves insulin sensitivity, trims excess fat, lowers inflammation, and steadies energy. But for others, especially women with delicate hormone cycles or those with underlying health issues, fasting can backfire, disturbing sleep, spiking stress hormones, or leading to binge cycles that undo its benefits. The truth is not absolute, it's nuanced, because health isn't a single melody, it's a symphony, and fasting is only one instrument in the orchestra. There's power in timing. Scientists discovered something fascinating. It's not just what or how much we eat, but when. Our cells keep time like tiny clocks, synced with light and darkness. When we eat late at night, we confuse that rhythm. When we eat early, we align with it. Studies on time-restricted eating, say eating within an 8 or 10-hour window, show that finishing meals earlier in the day can support blood sugar control and reduce inflammation. But skipping breakfast entirely? That's not always beneficial. It depends on the individual clock, on whether your energy peaks with the sunrise or stays strong until sunset. Picture this: a person who fasts from 8 p.m. to noon the next day. The first few mornings feel empowering. Hunger quiets down, focus sharpens. There's a sense of control, even purity. But beneath the surface, the body is adjusting. Cortisol rises to keep blood sugar stable. Fat metabolism kicks in. For some, it's harmony. For others, it's hidden stress. That's the delicate truth. The same routine that gives one person mental clarity might leave another feeling lightheaded and anxious. The same fasting window that boosts one person's metabolism might strain another's heart. It's easy to glorify the success stories, the glowing transformations, the dramatic before and after photos. But behind every story of triumph, there are those who quietly struggled, who lost not just weight, but balance. Sleep disrupted, hormones thrown off, mood unsteady. Data shows that while fasting can lower overall calorie intake, its long-term effects depend heavily on sustainability. If it leads to overeating later, if it causes fatigue or emotional strain, the cycle breaks. Because fasting isn't just about the hours you don't eat, it's about the quality of what you do eat when you finally do. Think of fasting as a rhythm, not a rule. A conversation with your biology, not a command over it. When people follow it gently, 12 hours off, 12 hours on, aligned with daylight, it often becomes more sustainable, The body thrives in patterns that feel natural, not punishing. Some scientists even found that fasting for just 12 to 14 hours may be enough to trigger benefits without extreme hunger or stress. It's the pause, not the punishment, that brings renewal. We humans love the idea of control, of mastering the body through willpower. But fasting teaches something deeper. It's not control, it's surrender. When we stop eating for a while, we confront not only physical hunger, but emotional hunger. The urge to comfort, to distract, to reward. Food isn't just fuel. It's memory, culture, love. That's why fasting often stirs up more than metabolism. It stirs the heart. It reveals the patterns we built around comfort and the fears we buried beneath fullness. Many who practice intermittent fasting describe a surprising sense of calm, a mental clarity that feels almost meditative. When the body isn't constantly digesting, the mind gets quieter. Thoughts slow down. The line between discipline and peace begins to blur. But that peace should never come from self-denial. It should come from alignment. The real success isn't skipping meals. It's remembering what nourishment actually means. In the labs and clinics, the data continues to unfold. Studies show intermittent fasting can lower markers of inflammation, improve lipid profiles, even slow aspects of aging in animal models. But human studies are still painting the picture. Some show improved blood pressure, sharper insulin sensitivity, others show no significant difference compared to standard calorie restriction. In the end, it's not the magic of fasting, it's the mindfulness it demands that makes the difference. Because fasting forces us to pause, to notice what we usually rush through. That pause is healing in itself. Still, we must remember, fasting is not harmless for everyone. People with diabetes, low blood pressure, eating disorders, or specific medications should approach it with caution. Pregnant women, children, and those with fragile health should avoid it altogether. The body is not a machine to test. It's a story written over years of rhythm, genetics, and care. What heals one can harm another. The data is real, but the interpretation must be personal. In recent years, studies have shown something that should make us pause. Those who ate all their calories within very tight windows, 6 or 8 hours, sometimes showed increased risk of heart issues. It doesn't mean fasting causes harm directly, but it shows that extremes carry shadows. Health is rarely found at the edges. It's found in balance, in the middle, in moderation, wrapped with awareness. So maybe the real question isn't, is intermittent fasting healthy for everyone? Maybe it's, can you find the version of fasting that's healthy for you? Because that's the real data, not just the numbers from clinical trials, but the signals from your own body, your sleep, your mood, your energy, your focus. The science matters, but your experience is the ultimate study. Let's walk into a morning through the eyes of someone who's learned this balance. They rise early, sunlight washing their room in pale gold. The body feels light but not weak. The first meal isn't a reward, it's gratitude. The warmth of tea, the scent of fruit, the first taste of nourishment feels like communion. There's no guilt, no rush, no rebellion, just awareness. That's when fasting becomes less about food and more about freedom. Our ancestors didn't call it fasting. It was simply the way life unfolded. Work before meal, rest before feast, balance before abundance. Their bodies understood cycles of hunger and satisfaction as seasons. Today, we've lost that rhythm, trapped between snack aisles and digital cravings. Intermittent fasting, when done with intention, becomes a way to reclaim that lost harmony, not to chase a trend, but to remember an ancient truth. The body heals best when given space. There's a poetic irony here. In a world obsessed with more food, more convenience, more options, the answer for many lies in less frequency, less impulse, less noise. Yet, less doesn't mean empty. It means making room for what truly nourishes. When you eat within a mindful window, each bite becomes sacred. Each meal becomes gratitude. The flavor deepens. The satisfaction lingers. That's the unseen benefit no study can measure. The emotional richness of simplicity. But it's okay if fasting doesn't suit you. It's okay if you feel dizzy, moody, or disconnected. That's not failure, it's feedback. Your body is telling you what works and what doesn't. Health isn't about forcing your biology to obey an app timer. It's about listening when it whispers. Some thrive with 3 meals a day, balanced and steady. Others bloom with gentle fasting, not from punishment, but from peace. Both paths are valid if they bring vitality, not stress. The conversation around fasting has become a battlefield. Influencers shouting absolutes, experts debating nuances, everyone promising results. But the truth is quieter. It lives in the middle, where data meets compassion, where science meets soul, where discipline meets grace. True health isn't about mastering restriction. It's about cultivating rhythm, cycles of nourishment and rest, effort and stillness, fullness and emptiness. Fasting is just one mirror reflecting that pattern. Sleep, breath, exercise, and emotional rest follow the same laws. We expand and contract, we give and receive, we feed and we pause. The wisdom of fasting lies not in skipping food, but in understanding life's deeper cadence. As studies continue, one thing becomes clear. The best outcomes come not from rigid fasting, but consistent, mindful eating patterns that honor circadian rhythm. Eating earlier, sleeping earlier, reducing nighttime meals, these simple shifts bring the same metabolic benefits without pushing the body to extremes. You don't need to fast 18 hours. Sometimes 12 hours of gentle stillness is enough for your cells to breathe again. And yes, fasting can unlock discipline, mental clarity, even spiritual depth. But those gifts only stay if compassion walks beside them. Because without compassion, discipline turns into punishment. Without awareness, structure becomes cage. Health must feel freeing, not fearful. The moment fasting starts to feel like a war with your own hunger, it stops being medicine and starts being harm. Every person's body carries its own story. The mother balancing hormones after pregnancy, the man fighting blood sugar swings, the student struggling with energy crashes. Each will respond differently. And that's okay. Fasting isn't a religion. It's a practice. One that must be tailored, tested, and softened to your reality. If your body thanks you, you'll know. If it resists, listen harder. That's wisdom. Some researchers now say the real longevity benefit of fasting might come not from calories, but from consistency, training the body to trust a pattern. When you eat at similar times daily, when your digestion and hormones find predictability, your internal clocks align. That stability may be the silent healer we've been chasing all along. It's not about skipping breakfast. It's about teaching your body when to expect nourishment so it can prepare to thrive. So, is intermittent fasting healthy for everyone? No. But can it be transformative for many? Absolutely. If practiced with intention, humility, and care. The real data shows it's not magic, it's method. A method that works when we respect its rhythm, not when we abuse its extremes. Health isn't built on denial, it's built on dialogue. Between you and your body, science and soul, hunger and peace. When the sun sets tonight, maybe you'll let the body rest a little earlier. Maybe you'll sip water instead of reaching for another snack. Maybe you'll notice that silence before bed, where digestion softens and energy resets. And in that stillness, you'll remember that fasting isn't absence, it's preparation for renewal. Because every fast ends with nourishment. Every pause prepares for flow. Every moment of emptiness creates space for fullness to return. That's the essence of balance, the ancient rhythm hidden beneath every heartbeat. So wherever you are on this journey, whether you fast, feast, or simply seek peace with food, remember that your body is not your enemy. It's your ally. It's trying to find harmony with the world you live in. Let it, trust it, guide it gently. And when you do, fasting will stop being a rule and start becoming a revelation, not about what you're withholding, but about what you're finally ready to receive. Stay aware, stay kind to your rhythm, and keep walking this path of truth and vitality. Keep glowing, keep learning, keep evolving. This is Vital Dynasty.